Hello everyone, it's Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Let's go home. Now you'll notice I'm in the Escudo, and I have $2 million. Almost $2.75 million. This does represent a slight time gap. Basically, I had a time the other day when I felt, I needed a menial task to focus my mental energies, that did not require the thought necessary to put together Let's Play videos. So I drove my cars around and earned up a little money. Didn't win any races that we haven't won already, but I did. I won, got a couple of Speed 12s, sold those. It's $2 million you see there. Also won the special stage endurance race again. We already went through that once. I went through it another time because there's more than one prize car that you can win. I have not checked to see what the prize car is. So let's discover that together, everyone. Lancer Evo 6 Rally Car 99. Oh, Cisco. Information, please. No information. Okay. Got a lot of work to it, including a yaw control system. Interesting. I'm sure I can find a place to use this car. Think of a couple of places to use this car. Actually, what is the other car that I took out? The Tigger Ice Race car was the other car that I took out and did some rallies in. So this might not be as great as the Tigger Ice Race car, because it doesn't have the same massive power, and I think probably weighs a little more. But we're going to take it to a rally event anyways, because that's the sort of thing this thing's supposed to be good for. Let's go to Tahiti Dirt. We already won against a Pulsar. Let's see whether we could win against a Stratos. A Lancia Stratos, which, as we've discovered, is in the game, but you cannot buy at the dealership. Which means it must be a prize car we have yet to discover. I'm very curious. Oh, it's nice and eager to rev. It is a race-modified Stratos. We've got an acceleration advantage on it, which we really should, because we have all-wheel drive, and if I'm remembering right, this car is probably more powerful. And see, there's where the Stratos makes a nice, smooth line through. I don't know whether or not there's enough pixely detail there to capture it, but I do believe the Stratos is done up in Alitalia livery. Italian airline. Got some national pride going there. Did not realize that wasn't the end. It looked like a start-finish line to me. And that is the actual start-finish line up there. So many gates there that look like start-finish lines. Well, that's embarrassing. It's first event out and it is lost. Let's take a look at this Stratos, though. It's nice looking. You're nice looking too, hey dear. Oh yeah, it is. It has the Oh yeah, there you go. I'll tell you. Yep. So that's fun. There's a couple of brand names here and there that they get. Most of them are related to cars, like Rally Art, Mitsubishi. On this, of course, this they're probably using the. I think part of the problem here is that it would appear, at least, that Mitsubishi at this point in time was getting money from Marlboro. Whoa, no, 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 no! Shoot! I didn't mean to do this. This is not going to go well at all. I accidentally hit twice. No. Let's exit. Wonder if it'll count that as a second place finish. Let's find out. No, it didn't. All right. Let's try this race against the Stratos one more time. And if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to go find a different place to send this Lancer out to show that it's totally cool, because it is totally cool. It's a cool car, man. Lancers? Lancers are great because, possibly even more so than Mitsubishi Imprezas, they're just clearly an example of their manufacturer making samples of their really cheap car, tuned up to go really fast. Because the interiors of Lancers, not exactly what you would call luxury. I mean, they basically are just inside. They're like sort of cheapo plastic kind of. Wasn't a very good way through there, and I'm being made to pay for that. This finish may turn out to be not even as good as the last go-around. In fact, I think it is. Even though I actually knew my way around. I just tears it. I gotta go find a race that this car can win, because I'm not doing it justice here in the dirt. I'm sorry, little Lanther. I was all excited about having you as a car, and I still am. Don't take these losses on yourself, Lancer. This is my own failings. I'm not doing right by you. Whether it's that I am driving the car too poorly, or I am attempting to drive you against a car that is too good. I'm thinking I'm probably driving you too poorly. Which, again, I think I've mentioned once or twice, but is bizarre to me, because I specifically remember thinking that the rally racing in this game was easy. What is the horsepower limit here? Oh, perfect! This car will be perfect. Let's go to the settings. Let's go to the Super Soft tires. And we're gonna have a little race here at Laguna Seca. Just me, a bunch of other saloons, other compact Japanese sedans that have been tricked out for racing duty. Mine has been tricked out to a different spec, but honestly, if you didn't know that, this is the kind of car that competes against a Primera in the actual out there real-world marketplace. Not the rally car versus the touring car, mind you. It's a very understeery car. But it is willing to go into a slide. Or it's willing to sort of turn around if you brake it enough, I should say. It's very pleasant handling. I mean, heck, I even made it through the corkscrew at Laguna Seca without crashing. You know, you lose all sensation of speed in this thing because it's just so smooth and easy to handle it around. This car is going fast. That's right, just got some four-wheel wheel spin there. NBD. You guys are probably all complaining to the Gran Turismo rule makers right now. They're all saying, no way Bobo's good enough to be able to drive as far ahead of us on this track. You must have made the rules all wrong. And he says, nope, I made the rules right. I just didn't make them specifically enough for purposes of this game. Because yes, folks, in reality, there's no way that a Mitsubishi Lancer rally car would be getting put in. They're calling, what did they call this, Super Touring Trophy or something like that? Basically a touring car race. You could theoretically put a Lancer into a touring car race. Matter of fact, in less seriously dedicated class or race series, there's some in America. There's trying to remember what they call it now. For a few years it was the Playboy Cup, then it was the Speed Vision Cup or the Speed World Challenge. Is the Pirelli Tires Cup now? I don't know. Basically, it's a category of racing, and sort of they have cars of different types and abilities and things like that. It's not like a lot of touring car racing categories, even though they have a quote-unquote touring car category and a GT category in the Pirelli Tires Challenge. And a lot of what are sort of like considered around the world like touring car championships, there'll be a set engine size that everybody sort of has to adhere to and weight restrictions and things like that. And the rules in the Pirelli Tires Challenge and I think the other big similar sort of category in the US is there is a street tour. I don't know if they call it street tour anymore, but there's a similar class in the Tudor Sports Car Challenge series, whatever it is. Sorry, they just actually this year got done with a major restructuring, reorganization of American sports car racing. There used to be two different series. There used to be the Grand Am series, and there used to be the American Le Mans series. And now there is one, the Tudor Sports Car Challenge, that mushes both of them together. And so, of course, the rules are kind of murky, mushy here and there, because they're trying to get cars that weren't designed to compete necessarily against each other to sort of be roughly equivalent so that they can compete against each other. So that's what I'm saying. Basically, yes, this Lancer in sort of a classic European or global touring car championship would probably not be in the same category as a, like, race-modified Primera. Hey, it's Tom's Supra. We should give it back to him. Or we can hang on to it. It looks pretty nice. Second generation Supra appeared following a full model change in May 1993, in addition to maturing as a street machine. Alright, Tom's Supra. Where's Tom's aero parts? Okay. This is obviously not anything that's going to change for this game. But the press and sales material, like, ripped from the press release, sort of like wording that is down here for all these models, always seems to start with exciting aero parts. So even the ones that aren't just cosmetic, it makes them sound the exact same to start with. But here we have, okay, they're functional performance parts. Has a racing air cleaner. Okay, a computer exhaust system and suspension. Okay, so yeah, there are engine suspension modifications, upgraded brake pads, and numerous other parts that, when equipped, bring out the Supra's potential to its fullest. Well, that sounds all pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is, I got this super cool Lancer. I'm going to take it to Eastman and the Eastland. Go to the Mitsubishi place. Surely they had a Lancer Evo challenge here, but it's only for regular cars. Like, racing modifications have been performed. You can't come here. Alright. Well, fine. Okay, so I gave the Lancer a little taste of victory right there. What I'm going to do right now is, because I don't want to just run that car over and over and over, especially when there is another specific car that I wanted to pick up. Because I read that this is a really great car, the Storia Rally car, so I'm going to buy it. I'll purchase it, I'll get in it. It's my new car. It's my new jam. And I'm going to go to this event, the Storia Challenge. We already won the normal style. It's time to win the racing style. When I say it's time to win, I mean I have no doubts. Ha 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 ha. So let's go ahead and get our soft tires on, because there's no reason to use anything other than soft tires on a sprint race. I should have checked to see what track it was. Was it Seattle Short? Did I notice that out of the corner of my eye? Must be the clouds in my eye. Yes, it is. Oh, what a little... Wow, it's a little demon car. It doesn't turn very much, but as plant as any car I can recall driving in this game. See, I thought I had it way slowed down there, and it was still... This car is insane. I love it. It's like launched out of a little rocket. Only in one direction. That has no guidance. It's a dummy warhead. Pretty much have to slow it all the way down to get it to turn. But it's okay, because the moment you hit the gas again, it's going to go flying off the handle. This thing is really amusing. I'm really amused. Tee-hee-hee. I'm glad that someone in effect mentioned this car. I mean, I probably have had it playing this game before and just don't remember it, but yeah. It's a unique and interesting little driving experience. Also, it has mud flaps. That's sweet. That's awesome. You know a car's badass when it's got mud flaps. I just wish they had Yosemite Sam on them. Or maybe a chrome outline of a naked chick. Be awesome. They're all still running. They're all gonna keep running. It keeps you running. Yeah, it keeps you running. They all look a lot like my car. But they aren't. Alright. That was fun, guys. It wasn't worth very much money, but I enjoyed it immensely. Let's continue on. Something I want to see about this car now that I've got it. Because it promised a certain level of horsepower that was just... it's around 500. And I want to see what it actually has, because you know how these cars are. Feels like 1,000,000 horsepower. How many is it really? 427. This has less horsepower than the Lancer rally car. Oh, you know I'm gonna drive this in the. I'm gonna send this out to go do one of these special super touring races. Yeah. Another event in the super touring trophy will crumble before me. This time it will be the deep forest. This is good. This is a circuit that can be difficult. I think we all know what happened to me when I played this in Gran Turismo 1. In a particular instance where I was driving around for a top-level championship and desperately needed things to go well. Get out of my way, you losers. This thing just goes straight down the road like a javelin. Probably more so than an actual AMC javelin would. Though I guess in the case of those, they were often not really made to turn that way. I know. There are some Trans Am championships that AMC won. Shouldn't fuss and taunt too much. This thing is unreal. Oh, I was trying to see how high I could crank it up there. I probably would have guessed that it was geared to top out around 150. As you probably gathered by now, they usually don't gear the rally cars for outright top speed. They gear them for explosive acceleration because there aren't really that many places where you're going to have super long, super straight sections in a rally course. What you are going to have are a series of slow corners followed by stretches where you might get a chance to accelerate a good bit. This is just super. I'm glad I spent $1 million on this car, even if in the end I don't end up getting it all back. And as fun and cool and fun as it is, I don't think this is a car that would be particularly useful in the money-making race over at Red Rock Valley. Getting speed 12s and selling them for $500,000 apiece. Sort of designed to drive very quickly and agilely in a somewhat narrow window. Look at that train of other guys back there. Victory for me! Yay! That's exactly the kind of thing I needed, folks. I don't know about you. I definitely needed a nice big win like that. I got a couple of varieties of GT. Oh yeah, I see. They got the remodel there. Okay. Well, I've done that, and it was good, and we got 15 grand from it and a new car. A new car. Excuse me. So, I guess I should look at those prize cars. Well, I guess I already saw Tom's Supra. I'll eventually go back and win that Rome circuit race, but you never know. I might get... Okay, so it's TRD 3000 GTs and Tom's Supras. Do I have another Tom Supra up here somewhere? It doesn't look like it. But I do definitely already have a TRD 3000 GT. Isn't that cool? Silver. Okay. This is also in a cool silver. Alright. So basically from this racing series, apparently you can get a lot of different types of Supras. Good to know, Bill. Well, we had a try at it earlier, and I hate to see a 2 down there, so going to take the Storia and set it up here against this Stratos and see whether or not that goes any better. Will it go better, folks? I don't know. On the road, it's a race car with lovely straight-ahead manners. Who knows what it will be like on the dirt? It is the natural habitat of this car, so you'd think it would be in pretty good shape. It is in pretty good shape. Well, I thought it was, and yet... I'm being bested. I was doing better in the Mitsubishi. I'm not letting the tail of this car hang out enough. Clearly. Part of my problem. But it's too late already. Oh gosh, my honor has been stained again. It's been a while. Yes, stained. Haha. Gonna exit. We don't need to revisit that, do we? No. No. Don't want to save? No. I'm gonna give this one more try. I'm gonna give the Storia one more go in the dirt. Because it was so nice on the not dirt. And it's a rally car. I'm just not driving it correctly. Whatever's happening, it's my fault. Let's go here and try this again. See if we can get it right this time. It's been a while. This time I will see whether or not I can build up the courage to let the tail hang out a little bit more. Because I noticed the Lancia seemed to be carrying a graceful slide through all these corners. Well, I'm definitely hanging the tail out a little more, but it's not necessarily translating into higher speeds. There was definitely more speed for me to find here along this straight. With just more gearing and such. Yes, I hear you back there catching up. Stop it. Alright, I got you on the gas. I cannot accelerate. Yes! A taste of big rally victory. A big win and big dirt. Joe Dirt. Alright. I just wanted to end the video on a win, you know. Get the W for my tiny, crazy little, rally car. Gonna go ahead and overwrite that data. And when we come back next time, folks, I got money again, so I might try and go out and, you know, buy some of the things I've always wanted. Just get things for myself to make myself feel better about myself. This is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.